Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Happy to see you here today. We are going to be doing a bit of an update video for all of the ferrets and just sharing with you guys how they have been throughout 2020, any health issues that we've had with them, just how they've grown. Before I start, do not forget to hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Like, he has his tongue sticking out. Why you got your tongue sticking out? And follow us on Instagram as well as bookmark our brand new website. I worked very hard on it and would appreciate if you went and checked that out. So the first ferret that I'm going to be talking about today is of course Patsu, the one who started it all, and he is now 2 years old, and he is just the sweetest, most adorable, cutest ferret that I have ever known. He loves everyone and everything, and as he's gotten older, he's actually grown a little bit more independent from me. He spends a lot more time with his siblings rather than his mommy, which is okay. We do have our own special moments still, but a lot of the time he's actually spending playing and cuddling with the other ferrets rather than with me like he used to do when I had him just on his own as a kit. It's definitely still a mommy's boy though. He does this really funny thing now where he hisses at Brian if he plays with him in a certain way. He just doesn't like playing with Brian as much as he likes to play with mommy. And Brian and I like to say he is a very human-like ferret. If that makes any sense. It's just, you know, when you talk to him, it almost seems like he's understanding what you're saying more than the other ferrets. And his health has been great throughout 2020. They all had a minor stomach bug recently, but that's pretty much it. He's been very healthy, a very robust ferret. Did get him implanted with the deslorelin implant for adrenal disease last end of spring, I believe, and I did it because he has some hormonal aggression towards the other ferrets. He will sometimes hump them, and I wanted to see if that would help because that is a symptom of adrenal disease. I'm not sure if he actually has it. I don't think that he has adrenal disease. He might just have hormonal aggression from being neutered too early, though since getting the implant it hasn't seemed to help his behavior, and it actually kind of makes it so he does it randomly throughout the year rather than just during mating season. So we're gonna have to see how the next mating season is during spring. He is absolutely my best friend, my heart ferret, as you may call it. We understand each other. He, you know, knows when I'm sad. He's a really good listener. He is just one of the best animals that has ever walked in my life. Yeah. He loves to stash his toys. His favorites are this really disgusting and old butterfly wand toy. He also really likes the little rattle wubba toys for cats. Any small toy he will claim as his own and take it into his secret stash spots. He has a beautiful coat, as you saw, and he's the only one of my ferrets that has really followed the same cycle each year so far. So he has had a long coat during winter, carried more weight, and over the summer he has a short coat and carried less weight. He loves all cats, dogs, and kids, which is one of his qualities that I really admire. He's just very personable. Like I said, he gets along with pretty much everyone. Other ferrets that he's met, he's always gotten along well with them. He is everyone's best friend, and that's one of the reasons why we love him so much. And now we have Howl, our 2-year-old silver boy, and as you probably know, we went through it with this guy in 2020, from bad pharyngitis infection to minor conjunctivitis, and now he has a very large hematoma, as you can see on his neck, that he got from what we think was just a very rough play session. One of the ferrets just got him in a really bad spot, and he has grown this giant blood sac. And before we got the diagnosis of hematoma, the vet thought it was a seroma, then he thought it was cancer, and apparently it's just a hematoma. So he is supposed to recover and live a normal life, but he definitely put us through probably the most rough moments of our entire lives. Like I said, his hematoma is supposed to go down and he will go back to normal, but it may take a couple months because it is quite large, as you can see. It doesn't really give him too much discomfort. It's not painful, so he has been adapting really well to it. One of the biggest things that I've noticed with Howl this year is he has really mellowed out since he was a kid. He used to bite and nip so bad, so hard, like no other animal that I've ever met in my life, but he is now just become a really quiet, sort of like a wallflower ferret. I like to think that if he was a human, he would be like the quiet guy in the corner. So he has just really grown into this very gentle, very loving animal, but he's not one to approach you and cuddle you, but he definitely doesn't mind if you do it to him. His most favorite game to play ever is the blanket game. Some people call it magic carpet ride, where you drag like a towel or a blanket on the floor. He loves to jump on it. He loves when his siblings join in. That is just his most favorite game ever. He is not too fond of toys, but he still does love his bumblebee wubba toy. If you guys may remember me mentioning it a couple times, but he still loves it. It's his baby. I tried to get him a new one to replace it because the one that he has is very old, very disgusting, but he will not take to it. So he still has his little baby bumblebee. He loves to eat. His favorite foods are Oregon soups, duck meat, and he loves eggs, always eggs. He's definitely the ferret who taught me the most. He taught me to be patient, to be gentle and understanding. We had to just go through a very, very long training period with him, but he's mostly grown out of a lot of his bad behaviors, so he's just become a really, really good ferret. And he has a gorgeous, very dense coat right now, and like I said before, we are praying that his hematoma will go down completely very soon, and I will update you when that happens. And now we have Oppa, my 2-year-old marked ferret, and oh boy, this guy. So he is very intelligent, insane, and full of personality. Think of like your most outgoing, spontaneous, crazy friend. That's Oppa, but he does know how to make everyone smile. It never seems like he has his mind set on just one thing. His daily routine usually consists of waking up between 6 to 8 a.m. and causing the most trouble as possible to wake us up. Well, you know, scratch at the wall, you know, bang on the door. He just will do anything just to get you awake, to get your attention, and then go, hello, like the face he makes when he notices that he wakes you up is just priceless. It is so cute and very hard to actually stay mad at him for too long. His coat has lightened quite a bit since when I first got him. He's almost totally white. He still has a little bit of marking on his back and on his tail, but it used to be much darker and it would go down his whole back, but he is lightening quite a bit, which is normal as a marked ferret ages. He is a really good eater. His favorites are chicken and duck, and he loves eggs. His favorite toy is just a pair of balled up socks, and he will run around the house with it in his mouth. He still loves to bite your feet if you're wearing socks. If he's excited enough, he will wag his tail, and it's the cutest thing ever. I used to think that he was totally deaf, but now I think that he can hear a little bit, or his senses are just really, really good. And the one thing about Oppa is he is extremely dedicated, and he will continue working at something even if it seems helpless, just because he's very dedicated, very driven ferret, but we love him a lot despite the trouble he causes us sometimes. And we had no health concerns for him at all in 2020. Now we have Momo, my 2-year-old red-eyed white ferret, and she is the same old little stinker that she's always been. She's a little white puffball. She has a very, very beautiful, gorgeous long coat right now, and she honestly looks like a male because she is just so big right now. I think she weighs even more than Patsu does. Her most favorite things to do is run, duke, and eat, and she loves to play. She's a little bit squirmy, so I'm not going to hold her for too long. She will eat anything from frog to pigeon, you name it. She will probably eat it and probably stash it as well. She is still sensitive to meat from hooved animals, except for pigs, so we still avoid those for her. She loves to go outside and run around and duke her head off in the grass. It is super cute, and we had no health concerns for her in 2020, aside from the fact that her body decided that she can't eat green tripe anymore, which is a little bit sad, but we would do green tripe from cows and lamb, and unfortunately she wasn't able to tolerate them anymore because of her food sensitivities. But other than that, she's been really healthy. She doesn't like being told no. Momo gets whatever she wants. She is also very dedicated like her brother Oppa. Yeah, there's not really much to report with her. She is her same spunky little self. She hasn't really grown out of the biting much. She is still quite a big biter. And then we have Tanji, our oldest ferret. He just turned 4 years old a couple days ago, and you may remember we rescued him from New York City. He is full of sunshine and love. He loves to run and do laps around the house. He loves breaking into the bathroom and causing trouble. Definitely doesn't act his age. He's actually very, very healthy for his age. His teeth look great. We did have to remove one upper canine when he first came to us because it was a dead tooth and needed to be removed, but he is doing great with just the 3 canines. His favorite foods are rabbit and duck and chicken wings. Favorite toys are a small squeaky duck, and he also really loves the giant ferret plushie that I have. He loves chewing on the tail for whatever reason. We didn't have any concerns for him during 2020. He does have the deslorelin implant for adrenal disease. I don't actually think that he has adrenal disease. It's just something that he got before coming to us for being itchy, so you know that can mean anything, and ferrets are itchy animals. But we do plan on beginning annual blood work for him starting this spring as a precaution because he is an older ferret. He is a naturally small ferret when he has his short coat, as you can see, but he gets very, very big when he has his long coat. Actually, bigger than Howl and Patsu even. And he is just a super wacky character. He is no longer the shy ferret that he was when he came to us. He is very welcoming to all ferrets that he's met, dogs, cats, people, and he really just loves playing with everyone. He is very bold, very courageous now, and he just has grown into this very adorable and fun little guy. And lastly, I wanted to talk a little bit about my family dog, Sedona, and I believe she is nearly 10 years old now. She is a mix between American Yellow Lab and a Vizsla. We did raise her from a puppy, and she is now a really, really good companion, and I wanted to add her to the list because we are moving back upstate very soon, and I plan on integrating her more into my daily life because we are very close, and especially as we do add a new puppy to our family, I don't want her to feel left out in any way because she can be pretty jealous. So she is going to be a part of our family as much as my ferrets are and our future dog. And like I said before, we are very, very close. I have taught her pretty much everything she knows, all of the commands that she knows. We've completed various obedience classes, agility, was working on getting her CGC title, Canine Good Citizen, as well as therapy dog titles, but I moved away and wasn't able to finish the classes. She is extremely intelligent. I think that she is just the perfect mix of Lab and Vizsla. I can teach her a command and only do it a couple times and ask her months later and she would have memorized it. She also does not act her age. She doesn't have any joint issues or anything like that. She does have some things that have come with age and being on a kibble diet that I am hoping to help when I do switch her to a raw diet at the end of this month. Her favorite thing to do is go on hikes and go for walks and just be with her family. She is happy as long as everyone is around her. And a fun fact about her, and something that our trainers in the past have always praised her on, is her ability to keep eye contact with her handler. A lot of dogs find this to be very uncomfortable at first, hard for them to keep eye contact, but she is just like staring you down the whole time that you're working with her. She loves to work, she loves to train. It's one of her favorite things ever, and it's just a really cute characteristic that she has. And plan on seeing her in more videos because I'm going to be making dog raw feeding content, training content, and I will be including her as well. So that is all for the updates that I have for you guys. Stay tuned for our new edition in the very near future. As always, big thanks to our channel members, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!